Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with the greatest recordings ever. And we're talking today about this one, the Bartók Piano Concertos with Zoltán Kocsis, the Budapest Festival Orchestra, and Iván Fischer. Now, there has always been a classic version of these works, featuring Ferenc Fricsay and Géza Anda on Deutsche Grammophon. And those were sort of the reference versions from the late 50s, early 60s. Well, this is the reference recording for the 21st century, although it was recorded a bit earlier than that. They were done in the 80s, actually, the mid-80s, 84 through 87. Now, the reason I want to talk about this performance, these recordings particularly, is because we were discussing the Bartók Piano Concertos a while back, and some of you mentioned that although Kocsis was totally fabulous, wonderful, terrific, and all that, the box set of his Bartók Complete Works for Piano and Orchestra, which included an amazing music for strings, percussion, and celesta, by the way, where he was kind enough to play the piano part, which is hardly a solo vehicle, the works were spread out over multiple discs. With the other works, the Scherzo for piano and orchestra and the Rhapsody, whatever that thing is, and, the other pieces. And so you did not get all three piano concertos on a single disc, which is what you basically get from almost all of the competition when they've done all three of them, because they fit very nicely on a single disc. I mean, this one is an hour and 13 minutes long, 1 hour, 13 minutes and 44 seconds to be precise. And so you can certainly get them all on a single disc. But I wanted you to know that they were repackaged and re-released, voila, on a single disc. So it is now fully competitive and really, in many respects, superior to virtually all of the competition for this repertoire. And there is wonderful, strong, terrific competition in this repertoire. I mean, the Bartók Piano Concertos have been extremely lucky. And I can't say that there aren't half a dozen really fine single discs that contain all three, one way or another, with one or multiple pianists. But this one is certainly primus inter pares. Extraordinary performances. First of all, you have Zoltán Kocsis, who is or was an extraordinary artist, an amazing pianist. He was the guy to do Bartók. Remember, there were two Bartók sets. There was the set of all the music for piano and orchestra, and then there was the 6-disc set of all of the solo piano music. And his version of that is hands down the reference recording for that music as well. He has always been totally at home in Bartók's idiom, and all of his recordings of Bartók's music, also as a very capable conductor, have been sensational. I mean, he is a complete musician, top to bottom, all the way through. So, you can't go wrong with Kocsis, first of all. I mean, he did fabulous Debussy, fabulous Rachmaninoff, terrific, just all kinds of stuff. So, the big Kocsis box, which of course has all this stuff in it, which I have sitting over there, is absolutely wonderful and absolutely out of print. Of course it is. Why should you be able to get it? But this is still kicking around. I mean, you can get a Japanese version, I'm sure, because you can get a Japanese version of anything. But this is not, and it's on Amazon, or at least it was, and it should not be too difficult to find. So for those of you who are feeling sort of, well, I don't want all that Bartók, well, you should have the whole set, because the other pieces are very rare and you'll never hear them better done. The Rhapsody and the Scherzo, or whatever those things are, that I never remember. I think that's what they are. But, they're big 30-minute long piano and orchestra pieces, early Bartók. You should have them. And you should have them in the best possible performances. But if you just want the three piano concertos, you've got these brilliant performances. I mean, there are so many highlights. A fabulous finale of the first concerto, with all those savage rhythms, beautifully punched out but musical. All of the folk underpinnings, the melodies are clear and brilliant and captivating. The second piano concerto with its remarkable it's a 5-section, 3 movements in 5 sections, arch form sort of structure thing, with that wonderful scherzo enfolded by the creepy nocturnal adagios in the second movement, and then the finale where the rondo episodes recall all the themes of the concerto up to this point. It's just a brilliant, brilliant work, and nobody elucidates the form and captures the bravura as well as Kocsis does. And in the third piano concerto, the Adagio Religioso is a very special experience. And these performances really, really haunting and beautiful. And you've got Fischer, who is a tremendous conductor of the Budapest Festival Orchestra, which is remarkable. Everybody is just at the top of their game in this disc. So if you were wondering whether you would ever be able to hear all 3 concertos on a disc, yes, you can. I'm just telling you, you can, and here's the proof. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.